Hi guys, it's Ivan Trade. I was on a morning run looking at this valley a little bit, and wondering how many few people actually watch this kind of scenery. I don't think there are too much people integrating how beautiful this is. So today I think we are on 7th of December on Sunday, and last Friday I decided to stop temporarily actively trading due to a number of reasons. First of all, I wasn't performing well, and I was kind of on a losing streak which started in November. It hasn't been my best month because I was already up 3.5% before 8. I guess it's 7.5%. I was almost going to pass the phase 1 of the challenge which I purchased in June 2025 on 25th, but I ended up going almost to break even, because I remember when I stopped, it was already the account balance was on 5k and $40, I guess. The whole losing streak, I don't want to say that I was doing everything right, because sometimes I get emotional and I take things which does not correlate with how I trade normally using my strategy. So I don't want to say that it's the reason of bad markets. It's kind of more psychological management. And also I used to do discretionary trading, just trading using logic more than having a fixed approach that is mechanical, straight to the point, and replicable 100%. And sometimes when you're starting, I don't think it's beneficial for anyone who is still finding his way in speculating in the markets, to start with having an approach which is too much subjective. So that is why I decided to take these few days before January comes to first of all make like the first full complete overview of my strategy, and make like a flow chart. My idea is like to make a flow chart of all of the decision making which I must take in order to arrive at the trade idea execution and optimization, whatever. So that is what I'm going to do until January, preparing for 2026. And I know that this is a lifelong journey for me, so I am not hasty or any kind to be in the markets, because I know they will be there, and even though I wouldn't be actively taking trades, I'll be looking into past data and backtesting, looking for examples of what I usually look for, and piece the puzzle pieces together to have my first overall look at my strategy, which is unique to me, built on ICT concepts fundamentals. I'm pretty excited for this side quest of mine in trading. Yeah, because I know it will be fundamental for the progress of my career as a trader in the upcoming years or decades or lifetime. So if you are struggling in trading and you don't know what's wrong, you're having quite good runs like me and end up giving it away, I suggest you might do it. First, take a step back and go back to fundamentals, because that is what I'm going to do. And it's I think it's difficult for anyone to screw up when you always trade or take a trade after having done a pre-market session of looking at the overview or the full flow chart of your strategy. It's I think it's difficult because you already know if the first or the second step doesn't the first step in your strategy isn't around, you are not allowed to skip it and go to the third. If the confirmation isn't there in the charts, or you don't have a higher time frame bias, you can't go to the low time frame to get an entry. So it makes it much easier when you already have it mapped out and you kind of look at it, even if it's a slight glance, like 5 minutes before your time of interest arrives. So that is why I think it's the missing piece, because most of the losing trades which I took were actually could have gone in my initial direction, but because I didn't wait for the right time of interest or waiting for the last confirmation or the price to reach my area of interest, I impulsively traded. Market stopped me out while retesting the PDRA which I wanted to short or long off of, and goes straight into my anticipated direction. So that is a common, I guess it's a common thing which I have seen in my losing streak or losing days. Overall, I tend to impulsively anticipate me being right before the price reaches my area of interest. That is the overall structure I've seen in my losing trades, and also my winning trades were the most trades which I had no attachment whatsoever. That trade, when you do an analysis of like 5 or 10 minutes, so meaning that most of my trades which were profitable or gave profitable results, I didn't get attached to it. It's something that I seen almost instantly. It's a low resistance liquidity run, and it's pro-trend, and there is a kind of shift in the market structure. It's yeah, so specifically in 10 a.m., meaning that having a mental fatigue is a real thing in trading. We should know when we get burnt out from watching the charts and walk away when we still haven't yet got anything to do before we get a loss, and stay in disbelief of how much self-sabotage we are doing to ourselves. So self-sabotage is something that not a lot of people talk about, but if you are someone who always screw up every opportunity you get, if you are someone who always underrates yourself, it will materialize in the charts. So the best way to recognize it is to at least take a screenshot of your trades and contemplating on what you could have done. Have you been in your right state of mind? If you didn't impose your will on the market, what you could have done. So self-sabotage is like the most hardship for me right now currently, and what I'm trying to do is to minimize it as much as possible, not fidgeting with my targets or invalidations, only taking trades on which I can reach the original consolidation or get out before it get my 2 hours before original consolidation gets met, and the draw on liquidity will be only the extra. So yeah, I think that is what I'm going to work on, and hopefully this side quest of mine will make a positive return on investment of my time. Yeah, I think that's it. And one more thing, I will be next year focusing on one of everything. I have seen that I tend to be profitable on EVP USD most of the time, and if you look closely or you trade CFD markets, you can realize that GBP/USD actually moves more pips than Euro/USD, and spreads are kinda smaller on GBP/USD than Euro/USD. So it generally moves cleanly, and I know it's a fact that quality is the most important thing in trading. Quality of your trade, and you don't get paid for your time you spend analyzing, taking the trades, and doing whatever related to trading, but you get paid according to the quality of your decision making. So your decision making quality is hindered, it's kind of ironic, because it's inversely correlated to the time you spend in front of the chart and amount of instruments that you watch. So I want to narrow down my to make my decision making full of to make it as much high quality as possible. So the next year I plan on focusing primarily on GBP/USD, and focus on mainly 2 hours a day. Avoid Mondays when it's possible, as well as Fridays, because they are my worst days of the week. If you are into my private journal on the Telegram, or my Telegram channel, Ivan Trades Journal, where I post my trades before and after, before they happen, when I enter, what I'm looking for in general, and my exit, my thoughts, psychology, and progress in general. You know that I would try and focus on GBP/USD 2 hours mainly, or 2.5 hours in the AM session, and avoid days which are likely to be low resistance, high resistance. So I'm trying to hyper focus on the things which actually matter, self-improve and improve my health, and we are going on clinical placements soon, so there will not be too much class assignments or whatsoever which will blur my attention, so I think I will adapt myself. So far, I think that is what I'm going to focus on this year, and I know for a fact that as long as I don't give up, I will be able to master this skill set, and hopefully this video will resonate with someone who is struggling right now in the market. I think this is all I wanted to say, and if it resonates with you, You can like this video or subscribe and follow along the journey, because essentially the main goal of this channel is to document my whole journey to mastering the skill of trading and share some motivation, because as well as motivate myself, because I don't think I will be still doing this had I not found the positive things, the things to enjoy: recording this video, editing this video, and uploading